So how did the Election Now Convoy go? First location I checked out put out a video of 7 whole cars. They thought it was a win. Ottawa, I saw a video of a single car. That should have been their biggest location. Another location had about 20 vehicles. But then when they posed for photos, it quickly became apparent that there were multiple couples, each driving their own vehicles, and then forcing their children to stand around in a cold parking lot to boost numbers for a photo. It was rather pathetic, to be honest. And most of the convoy locations were a complete bust. People that were participating saw no one else, or people never even saw who they thought would be participating. They were hoping to cheer on at the sidelines. But of course, people are still trying to sell merchandise for this convoy. Now, maybe those interested in this failed convoy can join the convoy fans that have been protesting at an ostrich farm because they want to keep bird flu infected poultry alive. Yes, that is an actual thing they are doing. Now, also, of course, there's plans for another convoy next month. It never stops. It's wild. And I do have what's behind me here I'd like to read for you because it kind of shows how far gone the convoy protesters really are. Hey, Manitoba patriots, where the hell are you? Our province country is worse off now than in 2022. You all stood, cheered, united, froze your butts off for hours on the highways as the trucks passed by, flags flying in the wind, bringing us all hope. Do you not remember that feeling? Do you not remember the pride you felt for your country? Do you not remember the thankfulness you felt for every trucker who drove past you, horns blaring? It is time to rise, Manitoba. Enough of being silent. Our people need us to rise, unite, and be seen again and again and again. I stand on the Birds Hill overpass every chance I can, and I know more and more people are waking up every time we are out and about. This is just like the American convoy people. I don't know where they got it in their heads that standing on an overpass is like some heroic duty, or it's like making people support you. But here's the thing, right? This can be disproven so quickly. If you're waking up people, as you call it, every single time, why is nobody showing up and you're begging? If this is a growing movement, why are you crying for people to come? Nobody cares. It didn't succeed, and most people were smart enough to realize that the first time. But there's more, of course. Strangers, thank me for driving around in my van. I want you to really just let that sink in. Strangers thank me for driving around in my van. Imagine it's your heroic duty to drive a van. And you know, they're like, straight? Yeah, sure. I'm sure a lot of people come up to you and they're like, you're so brave for driving. People flash me. Call the cops. Wave to me. It's a beautiful feeling to know more people are awake than even 8 months ago. Again, if there are all of these people, why don't they exist? Today was a day they should have existed. They don't exist. Today was a day where if they actually supported you, these people existed and they're growing and they're building, they don't exist. It should never have been about who was leading or putting on the convoy. Never. It should be, let's go. We need to unite and stand as one against the tyranny of this gov and their illegal overreach into our lives. Enough is enough. Let's have a convoy just like in 2022. Hashtag United We Stand. Nobody stands with you. It's the same few people who can't let it go. It is basically like the people that are still talking about how great they were in high school where they peaked. except this time it's more pathetic and it's driving around in a vehicle, standing on an overpass. They accomplish less than most people that peaked in high school. It's beyond sad. It's just pathetic, right? It's just pathetic. So that is the convoy update. It was a flop, and of course they're already working on alternatives, new ones, and people are of course infighting who is to blame. But I do want to do a channel update because it's still in the box next to me. I've held myself back because I wanted to do this video first. I did get a computer, so I'm going to have to work on transferring and setting things up. So there could be delays in me getting things out and getting things going. It's going to take me a while to get all that done. It is just sitting next to me in the box. I wanted to get the video done and do a double check through all the convoy stuff and make sure I get a video out, I got it a good deal, about as good a deal as I was going to get for something that should do me for years to come. And hopefully this will fix any issues I had with, once I get all my settings right, fix any issues I had with video rendering or editing. All of that stuff will be fixed, and it'll make things a lot quicker and easier. My editing for things like the Lori Daybell video that I'm still planning to do should hopefully get better. But it is going to take, there's going to be a grow-in period. I might have issues with the audio. I might have issues with the microphone. I might have issues with the green screen because everything is still going to be in flux and moved around and testing. And just know let me know when things aren't working right. If I miss it and I don't notice it, let me know so I can go back and look into it. I'm going to try to get this up and running. And once I think I have everything in a good spot, I'll try to do a video on something as mostly a test and get that out there. Probably not tonight. Try to do it tomorrow. But again, I'm going to have to, there's going to be a lot to do. A lot to transfer and change and update. And it's going to be, different. You have to remember, I've had this PC now for a very long time. So there's a lot. I've got so many programs to install and set up and transfer settings. Hopefully transfer settings. There's a chance that like my settings for recording, none of this transfers and we're all starting from scratch. So we're going to find out. Thank you for tuning in, and I'll see you in the next video, hopefully soon. I also need to do some stress testing on the new computer because obviously if something's wrong and it's going to fail, I want it to be as soon as possible so I can go and get it replaced or fixed.